We are responsible for all of the economic growth and the continued health of the economy in the state of Utah. Where we have quite a few different programs for helping develop the economy, and each of them results in a contract for how the company is supposed to perform in order to get either their tax credit or a grant. There was a lot of time spent on track changes in passing documents back and forth by email, and contracts falling through the cracks, people not following up on something, you forget that you sent something out and haven't heard back from them, and those problems are being addressed by having this automated process. The process was just really time-consuming, painful for everybody involved. We could have just digitized the existing paper process, and there would have been some efficiencies, but we actually took the time to reevaluate the process. We use Salesforce for the application and review and award process, but then when it gets to the contract part, we then add in the Conga contracts for Salesforce, where we take all that same information that we've collected from them throughout the first part of the process and then plug it into a contracts object, generate the contract, and then go out and do any sort of negotiations with the company using the redlining features and truing up with our Salesforce data after the negotiation is complete, and then ultimately signature, electronic signature. We're excited that Conga has a viable e-signature solution that we can substitute in there, and then we're using one stack and keeping that technology all together. And that sprawl of technology and products is really hard for a manager to keep track of, so I'm really excited to have one set of contracts, one set of renewals, one set of pricing, one account executive to work with. Once you get those terms and conditions approved by your attorney, then you don't need them in the weeds every day. So it's faster now, and we know where contracts are, we know which ones are stuck, which ones we need to follow up on, and we also know which clauses get negotiated the most often so that we can start to standardize some of those or change them and throw that out and replace it with one that's more acceptable to more people, which shortens the negotiation timeline. The clause library was a complete game changer for us. There's no doubt when you change something that you change in the one and only place that it exists, and it will then be there for all of the future contracts. So knowing that you've got the latest and greatest and approved terms and conditions really helps us keep the integrity of the contract in place and the agreement, and making sure that all of the parties are working towards the same set of expectations. We estimate that when we implemented Conga contracts for Salesforce, that we reduced the amount of time from contract generation to signature by 75%, which gets money into people's hands a lot faster, and everyone's happy about it. We like to say that we have a 100% improvement in our transparency, because prior to using Conga contracts for Salesforce, this was a strictly paper-based process, emails being handed around, and nobody else could see what was going on at any particular point in time. You knew where a contract was if it was on your desk, and if it wasn't on your desk, you didn't know where it was. We saw a 100% improvement in transparency and the ability to track the status of a contract as it moves through stages.